Hello, everyone. I'm Adam.
I'm Taylor.
I'm Brian.
And I'm Justin.
And welcome to our Inanimate Insanity Holiday 2020 recap video, or end cap, whatever you want to call it.
A recap?
Woo! So glad we rehearsed this.
Well,
Yeah, exactly.
You can call it a wrap-up video. We wrap up the gross, disgusting 2020. Throw it right away. We're done with that. Nonsense.
Just get rid of it.
Just get rid of it. And we also wrap up these wonderful gifts that you've given us. These fan arts that you submitted.
Yes. Look him go.
Yeah, you'll see them on screen.
So pretty.
The one
Throughout
on
the
screen right
video?
now, that's my favorite.
No. The one you'll see at 1832, that's my favorite. And
What?
the thing is,
No, Brian, that means we have to record for 18 minutes.
guys, we haven't even said anything of substance yet. We're definitely getting to that mark. And here's the thing. We all wrote comments for the fan art, and you'll see them on the screen.
Exactly. And they're all wrapped in a bunch of candy cane goodness, so you know they'll really pop. We have a lot to discuss, guys. This year has been a very interesting year for sure.
Interesting is the word that we use in the industry for bad.
Well, yes, as we
It means
give our
bad.
earthly or otherworldly acknowledgement that this was a pretty rough year.
Yeah, I do want to take a second to just acknowledge, I really hope that everyone watching this video is doing the best they can in this really tough time. It's definitely affected everyone differently, but I hope that it has gone as well as it possibly can. And I guess, do we want to talk a little bit about, I guess we could start with Animation Epic as a whole, right? And what's been going on with this year. Because this year has been a very, very active and lively year for Animation Epic in a lot of ways, due to, maybe the more limited distractions from normal life that are kind of on pause right now. We've been able to really deliver more content, which has been exciting.
Yeah.
We've had 31 videos in 1 year? What?
Yeah.
As opposed to, I believe it was 7 last year.
Yes.
So I like to think that we've stepped up our game just a little bit. That is to say, and a lot of people have been pointing this out, so I think it is worth the reminder that these various side series and bonus videos are just that, a bonus.
Bonus!
Wait, why didn't you do it in the knife voice?
Yeah.
Bonus!
There we go. Amazing.
A little bit of that right there.
Perfect.
Because Inanimate Insanity 15 is in progress.
Right. Fans Fantastic Features and Inanimate Answers, the series that we began this year, in addition to all of the other material, the behind the scenes, and all the weekly content that we've been rolling out, a nice steady stream ever since hatching the plan, which was also episode 14, released this year. Pretty exciting. We had an episode this year. That's already a leg up from last year. So,
That's true. Yeah.
You mentioned Inanimate Answers starting this year. This is just a small little side fun fact, but the very first episode of Inanimate Answers was filmed mid-late 2019.
Oh, different world.
That was
wow.
kind of a totally different world. Would be filmed then before the last year's update wrap-up video, but
Right, which I just watched recently, and I was like, my goodness, what a different world it was.
we were yet naive children back then.
Little boys.
So if you jump from episode 1 to episode 2, that is a year difference right there, and that was sitting around for a really long time. But fan features is something that we talked about for a really long time as well, that we were really excited to bring around. That went through a whole lot of iterations before we landed on something with fan and to variety show, bring the hotel to life. What else have we been doing this year?
Well, we got our Patreon going.
We got a Patreon! That's made all of this stuff possible in the first place. Brian, tell them what they can find on the Patreon.
Wow. Well, I mean, if you go to our Patreon, you find so much exclusive content. There's bloopers, there's behind the scenes, there's even table reads when we read the scripts of episodes and such. You could hear those. Exclusive backgrounds, art, whether digital or physical, voice requests, you name it. You could even guest star on Fans Fantastic Features. That is so exciting.
Yeah. Oh, that was such a fun little addition that we were kind of like throwing in with fan features, because fan features really evolved over time. When a couple of years ago that we just kind of talked about like a little spin-off that happened at Hotel OJ, but it was so fun to kind of take this and then also have the ability to add these recommended characters in there as well, and actually have them be a part of it, and like that was like a really, really big step for us, and I was super happy with how it came out.
Yeah, it worked out that it just kind of had, even though we've talked about doing side stories in Hotel OJ for a long time, just the way that Fan's story went, and really him opening up his worldview to talking to others more and being in the hotel and being comfortable with that, just opened up this avenue for storytelling, and it's been a lot of fun writing him, interacting with characters we may not have seen in a while. We've been seeing that all over, including also, I mean, we have to mention Inanimate Comics. That began this year.
Yes, I was about to say that, Brian.
There you
go. Yeah, we got the Inanimate Comics going.
Oh my god, and they just came out so phenomenal. Shout out to Cake Brunch, Charlie, for doing
Yes.
amazing work. They came out amazing, and it's so great that we're able to kind of do this dub, and yeah, it's been really great to see these characters have an avenue of communicating in so many different ways when they were out of the game and not in the main series, you know. That was really the highlight, is we have a lot of these characters that we really enjoy. Like, we loved genuinely just seeing them back and being able to just, you know, be on screen in some capacity.
Some haven't spoken in 6 years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know, and that brings me obviously to Waffling About, which came out a few weeks ago, which was our first I don't know if it's our first technically, but it is Inanimate Insanity animated short, which
Could
was
one
a
say
fun
the
thing.
first in a new line of shorts?
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
It's a Spark short.
You know,
Which is great that you say it's a new line, because what can we expect from this new year, 2021?
exactly. Well, hopefully more of those. You know, I would say, you know, maybe not as strong content as Nichols' tips on conserving water, but I hope that it still tickles what's the word? Scratches
Tickles your
that itch?
fancy.
Tickles your
Scratches
fancy.
itch. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the same thing. Right? Exactly.
Scratches your fancy?
Sure.
So that means in 2021, you could expect Fans Fantastic Features, Inanimate Answers, comics plus comic dubs, more of this new line of Inanimate Insanity shorts. I like to think of them as minis. Maybe a return to some old things we used to do on the channel, some new things, and maybe a little bit of our main little show. We'll see about that. Whoa.
Ooh.
Wait.
Justin, it's really cool that you mentioned minis, because literally, like, off the top of my head, I was like, oh, would it be really cool if mini was spelled with, like, you know, 2 I's, so like M-I-I-N-I-I, like mini.
Oh, I would love that.
Meanie.
Adam,
Because it's
Adam,
I.
please.
I just came up with that. Yeah.
This is some of the creative workshopping that you'll get to hear more on the Patreon. If you look at the behind the scenes, you got a little taste, a little teaser. We're just oozing with good ideas.
Man, just oozing. Exactly.
Speaking of good ideas, it's probably a good idea to mention our Tumblr Fandrametrics.
Yes, the
Oh.
Tumblr Fandometrics, which expanded this year to include not just web series, but also web comics and podcasts. We made the list again, though, and thank you so much for that. That is still, I mean, I look at that list, and it's incredible. You guys are amazing.
Yeah, it's insane. Like, if you really think about that, just like, obviously it's been a more active year for us, but it's so awesome to see that, you know, we have such an active community on Tumblr, to just see us amongst these amazing names as well, like content that I watch, that you all watch. It's really exciting.
We're neglecting to mention something else that's really important about 2021.
What's been important about 2021?
Well, here's the thing. Inanimate Insanity began in 2011, and if my math is correct on this, you have to forgive me. I left high school and became an art major. It's just an English, so there's just no mathematics skill whatsoever.
That's
But
fair,
I
yeah.
think that's 10 years of Inanimate Insanity? 2021?
That's right, Brian!
Wow.
Yes!
That's amazing.
2021 is going to be a full decade of Inanimate Insanity when we hit April 1st, which is our anniversary. Don't worry, it's not that September date that appears in all those earlier videos. It's April 1st! That's no joke, people. So that means April 1st, we got a decade of Inanimate Insanity.
I mean, who would have thought in art class in 8th grade, when I was trying to say to Brian, yeah, this is going to happen, who knew this is where it would lead? I mean, certainly I did not.
I always saw the potential, but even I am flabbergasted at the thought that 10 years later we'll be able to celebrate this outstanding achievement that only keeps on evolving all the more if we could just pat ourselves on the backs for a second.
Exactly. Amidst a
I think
pandemic.
it's really
yes.
crazy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No,
I think it's really
pat our
crazy
own
that, like-
backs, not each other's backs. Make that very clear.
It's really crazy because, I mean, like, we're in our 20s, and this thing is 10 years old. That's, like, really nearly half our age. So it's just wild. It's grown so much, and, I mean, it's fun to look back at those old days of Season 1 shenanigans, and now we are in so deep and all this fun stuff. So I love when people are like, oh haha, isn't this the same show where like the people jumped off the cliff into like a bunch of bad things, and now there's like people who are just like I don't want to say it, and now there's people who are like, you know, sad, and there's a spaceship in the air, and I'm like, yeah, same show.
Yeah, I mean, it's felt like it's been about half our lives. I'm an 847-year-old alien, but still, I'm glad for you guys.
Aw,
Yeah.
shucks. I mean,
It
it
is
goes
really
back
nice.
even further. We, even before what we would call our anniversary date would be the teaser trailer. I was just looking back at that, and I have a very warm, fuzzy comment left on that that's like, oh, this is gonna be something awesome. And at the time, I was probably just kissing up to Adam because I wanted him to hire me as a voice, but I like to have a more optimistic view and think that I really just knew at the time. But similarly, speaking of recent exciting developments, a little behind the scenes, gotta pull back the curtain, just a little tidbit. We are currently recording this on December 23rd, but this will be in the past come the time this video is out. How exciting was it, everyone who is with me today on the actual day this video comes out, that on Christmas Eve, Inanimate Insanity episode 14, Hatching the Plan, which came out this year, hit 1 million views!
Wow, You're gonna predict that? You're gonna predict that? Are you sure? I hope it's the case.
You better be right. You better be right.
Everybody, if Justin's wrong, you need to write Justin's
Boo,
wrong
Justin!
down in the comments below.
It is not an out there prediction. We have 3 hours left in on December 23rd,
Yeah.
and the video is about 400 views left.
You got Carrie Cates over
till 1
here
million.
doing a little prediction of the video analytics.
It's
A little
not that
projection.
out there.
Yeah.
But that's incredible. Within the same year, half a year.
That's so awesome.
Love it.
That's awesome. Yeah, we're
Thank
so
you,
thankful.
everyone, for making that happen.
That's amazing.
I mean, I think it's really fun to also remember that when episode 14 came out on August 1st of this year, like, Brian, help me out here, but I believe that was, like, the biggest day in our channel's history in terms of, like, everything.
Not just
I think the first 3 days of its release were our biggest 3 days of the channel in the whole time that we've had the channel, which is just incredible, and I'm really
Since
so happy.
2011, right?
Yeah, since 2011, and, you know, it just blows my mind, and I'm so happy that it happened on that episode, because I know that this frequently happens each time we have a new episode, but I do genuinely really mean it. I'm so proud of it. I think it is, but it's my favorite one that we've done. I think it's our crowning achievement thus far. We'll see if we can top it, but wow.
It's really close
I
to
mean,
the stacker, but it's really on the fringe.
It was released on the same day as the stacker, technically.
There you go.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I remember that. I remember, like, actually someone pointed that out, and I was like, wow, my favorite episode from season 1. Yeah.
I mean, look,
My favorite
14
half
was
an
great.
episode.
It's a very close second, you know, and that's something to applaud in its own right.
Absolutely.
But that's great. I mean, like, you know, with everything going on, I do, like, you know, I don't want to get too sappy about it. Like, oh, who could have thought that I was in 8th grade and I got my pen out and I'm like, ooh, look.
Sappy
You know,
clip.
but I'm serious, though. Like, it is pretty mind-boggling to me just to see, like, all the development and how amazing you all have been, how supportive you all have been in this really tough time. And, like, it really warms my heart. It really does that, like, these characters in this world can even bring you guys even, like, a bit of joy in just this awful situation that we're in. And it really does mean a lot. And so I know I don't respond to a lot of things personally just because of, you know, I get a little overwhelmed by the magnitude of it at times, but I do see what you guys are saying, and I really do appreciate it. And I don't know if I always say that, so I just really wanted to.
Yeah, if we wanted to all talk a little bit about what has been going on in each of our personal lives to close this out.
Brian, I mean, you gotta. You started. You took the ball. You
All
gotta
right,
run with it.
I'll keep the ball in my hands then.
It's a ball.
The way, I mean, the year started, it was crazy for me because, you know, I was working, I was doing some marketing work, I was doing some tutoring, and then basically, yeah, I mean, the one place I was working at shut down, and then the tutoring I was able to still do remotely, which was really nice, but there was definitely, I had a focus on YouTube, both for Inanimate Insanity and then also on my own channel, which was definitely a lot of fun to put out, like, film analyses on, like, Onward and Phineas and Ferb, and seeing people who worked on the media I was talking about comment that they enjoyed what I had to say about it was so wonderful. And yeah, just, I mean, it was very fulfilling on the internet this year, and I would have been happy if it was just that, but a nice opportunity seems to have come along, and I am now working for Nickelodeon.
It's amazing, dude.
Wow!
Which
Brian,
means that
that's incredible. What are you doing? Can you say?
I'm doing. I'll say it's on the digital side. I'll leave it at that. And beyond that, I'll simply just say, this is not to say that Inanimate Sanity is going on Nickelodeon. So hold your proverbial
Inanimate
horses.
Sanity is on Nickelodeon.
Well, not yet. Not yet, at least. You know.
But that's awesome. I mean, that's incredible. When are you gonna get slimed? That's the real question, though.
I mean, as soon as these social distancing restrictions are lifted, you best bet that the first thing I am doing is getting a fresh dosage of Kids' Choice Awards slime.
Amazing.
All over
I'm gonna
me.
put the video on screen of me being slimed just for fun reference here. You guys can take a good look at it. There it is.
Disgusting.
Wow.
I love it.
Well, Justin, speaking of disgusting, what about you?
Excuse me. Well, that's fair, I suppose. I don't know, guys. I was thinking about what I was speaking about last year. That was definitely my peak. Last year I was talking about how I was working on my dab. I had a whole training montage and everything. You got to watch as I had completed my journey around the time of episode 14.
Yeah, can we put up a clip of that?
Well, pull up the clip. This year has been a lot of fun though. Despite all the craziness, I've been working remote. I've been at a talent agency for half a year. For about a week at a time, I'll be working on Inanimate Answers, just binge working. That's always a blast. Everything involving Inanimate Insanity, episode 15, fantastic. Outside of II Animation Epic and main job, lots of writing, working a small production team, which I believe will be having content soon that I could be sharing. Been reaching out for more voice acting. I don't really have free time anymore, but that's okay, because there's no time to feel tired if you don't have any time.
There you go. That's a brilliant way of putting it. I love it. I can definitely relate.
No free time for a dab this year.
How well do you relate, Adam? What have you been up to?
Oh man, that was a smooth transition. Very well done. But much better than disgusting or whatever I said. So
No, I mean that was accurate.
Speaking of good transitions, Adam, do you want to continue what you were saying?
even better. Okay. So anyway, I think in the last video I had mentioned that I started working on Centaur World for Netflix animation, which I did. And unfortunately, I am now wrapped on that project. It was so amazing. It's going to be incredible, and I'm so excited for you guys to see it because it's so weird and fun and different and cool.
I'm so excited for it.
I feel like I'm not using good descriptors here, but trust me, you guys should check it out. And now I'm happy to report I'm still at Netflix, working on a new thing that I unfortunately cannot discuss right now, but when it is out, I mean, feel free, if you want to follow me at my new Twitter handle, at Adam T. Katz, you can find out when I announce what that is. Because honestly,
happened to Animation Epic?
That's right, because we changed the Twitter handles. That's right, because now Animation Epic is now the main Inanimate Insanity Twitter account instead of Inanimate Tweet. So Adam, you've got that new shiny new handle.
Exactly, and really like that's really the channel name. So we wanted to make sure that was like consistently reflected on everything. So I think this is better. So just stay tuned and follow me on Adam T. Katz. Yeah, no. Well, Taylor.
And what about you, Taylor? What have you been up to?
I'm unemployed!
That's the best news I've heard all year!
Or as the kids like to put it, fun employed.
Heyo!
Well, yeah, no, it's real funny when I listen to the 2019 video and I'm saying like, yeah, guys, I got this nice little stable job at a coffee shop and I'm really liking it. I'm hoping I hold on to it for a while. And 2020 Taylor speaking here. Yeah, thanks to that fun old thing that happened this year, that's no longer a thing. Saddy face. But the good news is that Inanimate Sanity is pretty much my full-time job right now. Everything I really do is just kind of out of passion, and II has been a fun little project that I've just kind of been able to have.
It's an escape.
Yeah, it's a nice escape. It's perfect so that I don't have to deal with the crippling fact that I am still unemployed. But I mean, that's not to say that I'm crossing my fingers for 2021, hoping that something good comes up. And I mean, I've been in touch with a couple different production studios in the city that I live in, and after the holidays, something might happen, and maybe I'll get my Christmas miracle in 2021.
Fingers crossed.
Absolutely. Yeah. This has been a really hard year in a lot of different ways. And, obviously it varies between all of us, but I think we can all definitely be thankful for what Inanimate Insanity has given us too. And just, really, yeah, like, I don't think any word is more appropriate than an escape in some ways. It's been really a big highlight of the year for me, like, no doubt.
It's been a really big year for II in general. Like, I know we've already said this, but like, we're releasing weekly content. Like, that's something I didn't think that we'd be doing. And having the Patreon with us and helping us as we make this weekly content is super helpful. And I mean, I want to personally just give a shout out to all the patrons for just being super awesome.
A hearty thank you to every one of you, and we really hope that again that our little dumb show could bring you guys any joy in this crazy year, and we are looking at 2021 in a very optimistic way. We're so excited for episode 15 of Inanimate Insanity and all of the other fun bonus. Justin, you do it. Quick.
Bonus.
This knife in the room right now.
Oh, such a good bonus.
That's not me, guys. That's not me right there.
Thank you all for joining us for what has clearly been over 18 minutes.
Well, okay, wait. We have to wrap our videos like we always do. And I know, like in a recent live stream, we were supposed to end with a scream, but something happened, right?
That's right.
Something weird happens where it like ended prematurely, but not this time. We will absolutely make sure we end this year with a scream.
I love it.
Cover your ears if you value them.
Nah,
I don't.
All right, Adam, give us a countdown.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Ah!